Oh my god. Hola and hello guys. ¿Cómo están? Oh boy, I've been gone for a bit, but here I am. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I know it's been a very long time since the last I posted a video here, and although some may count the tablet review was one, I choose not to. I'm talking about actual content you guys haven't seen much from me on YouTube for a while. Now, I know that a lot of you subscribe purely for the animations I post, some for the drawings as well, and I am deeply grateful and appreciative of that. However, I am sure all of you can understand just how complex animating can sometimes be, especially if most times you're just one girl with a good laptop and some wicked hyper-focus skills. The last time I posted something animation related was this, and I feel like part of me needs to apologize, but another greater part of me is actually proud of it quite a lot, so I'm not going to. So, what happened to me? Well, if you follow me on my social media, you know where I've been. This is not a surprise to you, but if you're a YouTube purist when it comes to my content, I've pretty much disappeared from your timeline. So, it's time to catch up. A friend from the wall. A while back, you might have noticed these two animations I posted last year depicting a much different style than you're used to seeing from me. A Friend from the Wall is a story I made up on the spot back in 2020 when I decided to play with the concept of a girl becoming close with a shadow creature inhabiting her bedroom. After the first little comic, it started to gain popularity over on my Tumblr. Things really took a turn when I posted my second strip a while later, being one of my most popular Tumblr posts in recent years. The reason why a lot of people connect with it is because of a huge group of online people who love monster-human romance stories, me being one of them. I kept making strips whenever a new idea arose, but I never really poured a lot of drawing effort into it. It was just this cool idea I got to exercise whenever I wanted to explore darker and more mature subjects that I liked. That all changed when people started sharing the strips on other platforms. One day, I woke up to over 2,000 new followers on my Twitter, and most of them were coming from Facebook. Someone had posted my strips over at a monster lover group, and now some had migrated over to my social media, mostly concentrating on Twitter. That's when I realized that I had a gem in my hands. A Friend from the Wall was never meant to be more than a neat idea to explore whenever inspiration for it struck. But now, with over 2,000 peeps waiting for more, I quickly understood I needed to pour more into the story. I first released an animated version of the second strip, it being my most popular one, with the talented Chichi Boyer and Dwayne Joseph Olsen providing voices for the characters for the first time.
Why worry about dying? It'll be long before that happens.
You don't know that!
I'll make sure of it.
You can't promise me that!
Yes, I can.
So, that's how I introduced A Friend from the Wall to my YouTube audience. After that, I naturally took a break from animating and focused on illustrations and commissions. Now, this is something that I always repeat to you guys every time I can, every time the subject comes up. I am an illustrator first, and I am an animator second. Always second. I need that sense of completion that illustration gives me, that over attention to detail and the opportunity to blend and shade colors into drawings made for me or for others. I love making commissions and getting replies from the clients telling me they love it and that they'll come back again. I love bringing their characters to my style, and the fact that most of the people who commission me trust my artistic vision enough that they'll just completely let me go ham on their OCs. The other reason why I'm always an illustrator first is because, well, it pays for the bills quicker. Don't get me wrong, I love the attention my animations get on YouTube, but they take a very long time to complete. To a month to 3 months, sometimes even 8 months. Chemistry took 8 months to complete. Illustrations are something I can make quicker and get paid faster, letting me keep the lights on at my home. So from time to time, I have to focus on that before I'm at a comfortable enough place that I can go all in for a month on an animation project. Webtoon. After a small period of commissions, a friend from the wall kept calling me back. It seemed it wasn't done with me yet. In the past few months, I had gotten interested in the world of Webtoon. The concept wasn't new for me. I've been enjoying Webtoon comics for a number of years now. Small indie ones like Fuzzy, from where I derived a lot of inspiration for a friend from the wall, up to titans like Atnomen or Lore Olympus. But now I wanted more than just watch. I wanted to make one. Again, I was pushed in the right direction by the new followers I gotten into organizing my A Friend from the Wall strips into Webtoon. But it wasn't as easy as I thought. Webtoons are called Webtoons for a reason. Their structure, meaning the way they're made, is very different from a regular comic. The pages are more vertical, and a lot of negative space is left in between panels to favor the upright rectangular screens of phones and tablets. They're constructed in a way that's easy to read on a small device. I had some things to learn, obviously. After 3 days of research into Webtoon making and the site's conditions, I got to work. I was going to make another A Friend from the Wall strip, but this time I was going to go all in. All in on the drawing quality, story, and the mature tinted tone. In case it hasn't been clear, A Friend from the Wall has always been intended for older audiences. Please be warned that a lot of subjects and themes might not be suited for you if you're still young. I would say 18 plus is a good starting point. If you're 14, 15 years old or less, I would take a rain check on this content of mine for a few years, guys. This is a strong advice from me. Don't burn bridges. It took me roughly a month of work. 12 glorious pages of fully rendered awesomeness of unfiltered tension and romance. While I was making it, I earned a whole new respect for comic makers and webtoon artists because, mighty God, it was hard. I was inclined to believe animation was harder. Yes, it can take way longer, but at least in animation you can fumble a few frames if they only show up on screen for a fraction of a second. You just don't have that luxury with comic panels. No way. Comic panels all have to be as perfect as the previous one and the next one. Sure, you can pay a little bit more attention to some panels that convey an important moment in the story, but still, if you've chosen to shade your characters, that means that in every single panel, you have to shade your characters. If you're coloring them, they have to be colored in every single panel. And it is a lot of panels. Even the shorter chapters of some webtoons still have a considerable amount of panels. For people who do this as their main thing, you have my admiration and my respect. A Friend from the Wall Chapter 7 officially debuted on Webtoons on October 2nd, 2021, and I am so glad I took the advice. The reception for the new comic strip has been phenomenal, and I am so damn happy. Thank you so much, really. Often I worry about doing art that has a more grown-up focus. I kind of feel like people see me as a really PC artist, and I'm not really. Just because I'm mindful of where I post my more adult-oriented art or comments doesn't mean I'm super prudish. I'm just aware of the room, is all. So, what happened after that? Well, the short answer is that my life started to change. A lot. Music video. I'd seen an ad about a very popular production company in my country looking for visual artists to help out with concert visuals. Out on a whim, I sent in my portfolio, not really thinking much of it. I just sort of felt like I should take a shot. It was 2021, I was close to turning 26, and I felt a shift coming. So I listened to the universe, and I'm very glad I did. I did not end up doing concert visuals, no. I ended up making a fully animated video for one of the most popular bands in Paraguay. So yeah, that's where I've been the last 3 months, quietly working exclusively on getting this piece out there, working on a tight budget, and for the first time, splitting the workload with my wonderful assistant Nico. Make sure to check out his work and give him a follow, he deserves it. The video has been completed, but it hasn't been released yet. Soon it will, and you'll be able to see what I've been cooking since November. I had to take a break from posting, so to speak, not just from YouTube, but from my social media too. Sure, I still posted pictures and reblogged a few things, but I made like 2 different drawings in the time span that I was working on the video. I posted a few TikToks, and for a while my only creative outlet was to go back to fan fiction writing. After meeting the people from the production company, that led me to the second biggest change in my life at the moment. School of Rock. After almost 10 years of not being on stage, I returned. This time to a smaller one, but even louder music. Getting into School of Rock wasn't on my plans at all, but I can't say I just like practicing singing and performance again after such a long time. I'm gonna get a little deep here. The last time I ever performed on stage was in 2012 with my community theater company. We did Les Miserables. After that, I graduated and completely poured myself into getting my first degree. After that, I went to the US for 2.5 years to get my second degree. And after that, I came back. But I only had half a year before freaking you-know-who decided to take over the world. I guess what I'm trying to say is that after school, for a good while, my life was focused on college and not much else. I didn't really devote a lot of time to social events or interactions. My main goal was to kick ass at school. After that, I still couldn't really get back out there, because just when I was about to, I was forced to retreat even more into myself. When I walked through those doors at School of Rock, that part of me that I had put to sleep in 2013 just jolted back awake with huge force. I didn't really think much of it, and in less than a week, I was frontlining a band. I missed the community aspect of being an artsy kid. I missed the social aspects of belonging to the alternative crowd, what it means and what it feels like to get together every week and rehearse and sing and play and express oneself under the music that you love, the music that's part of your identity. I've been so locked inside my safe little world that I forgot too much of what it means to be on stage. No more. DAYJOB. The people at the production company liked me a lot. So much so that they invited me on the same day we closed the interview on the music video to participate in another interview about a new art club space they were helping to open up. In 3 days, I'd gone from antisocial little bug snug in her crack in the wall to a slightly social butterfly. Still kind of comfortable in her little crack in the wall, but who gets out every other day to mingle? In a month, I was frontlining a band, making a new music video for one of the largest bands in the country, and teaching art skills and the creative lifestyle to children all the way up to adults. I really don't know exactly how I ended up here. When I decided to go with the flow, I did. And when I said that I sensed that the universe was telling me that a shift was coming, oh boy, was a shift coming, and oh boy, it shifted. And that's where I am right now. Still settling into this new social lifestyle, well, slightly more social lifestyle, managing my weeks the best I can, and staying overall above everything positive and hopeful. There's a few things I've left out, important things that are their own video in its entirety, but I guess it doesn't hurt to mention them. I was finally diagnosed with ASD once and for all, putting to rest many years of wondering and worrying and speculation, and giving me the peace and acceptance that I needed for myself. And now I can understand myself a lot more, and I can understand my past on a much deeper level, and I can accept and embrace my superpower with all of me. I've also been diagnosed, and I am being properly treated for my eating and digestive problems, and now have the correct vitamins and medications to help me have the best quality of life I can have. Sure, I'm still a little bit fatigued and I'm still a little bit tired. This is not something that gets fixed in one day or in 1 month. So no more daily gluten intakes for this girl, only every once in a while. But more on those topics later, much later. Alright, now you know everything. Now you're caught up. And now you know that if you can, you should follow me on my social media. See, because it seems like I disappear from the internet, but I actually don't. I just mostly live on my Twitter, my Tumblr, my TikTok, my Instagram, and my DeviantArt account. You want to get to know me better, see more of the art I post, pick at my brain? Go there. That's where I'm at. Because again, illustrator first, animator second. Alright guys, that's that. Thank you so much for getting to this point. I know this video probably will be a long one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials to keep up to date with my stuff, and remember to stay safe. It's good to be back. Nos vemos en el siguiente video. Chao, chao.